Hi, I'm Andy Parr, and you're watching the Gadget Guru. Hey, wait a second. You can't see me. That's because I'm sitting behind this very large box. Now, let me tell you right up front. Well, you can see the name of this product right here. I want to tell you that whether you had followed me in the past because of my videos and coverage on the old Vogue website, you know, the Victory Owners Group, or whether you're following me these days because of my coverage on luxury motorhomes, such as my bus right back here, you're going to want to watch this segment because I got to tell you something. Inside this box is one of the newest, highest tech folding bikes. It's electric, it's pedal assisted, it's supposed to be sturdy and designed for on-road or off-road usage. It's also supposed to be pretty easy to assemble. So stay tuned because that starts right now on the Gadget Guru. Okay, let's face it, whether you're traveling in a big bus like this, or you're looking for a bike to put in your car, or you just want something to have, you know, to use around the city or whatever, space for storage is important. Now, electric bikes, they've been out for a while. Let me tell you something. I had one probably 15 years ago, and it was a hunk of junk, but it was an early model. So let's fast forward all those years and look at today. I decided that, you know, traveling in a bus and going to the campgrounds I'm going to, well, you know, I can take my Jeep around. And a lot of these places have golf carts you can rent, or you can even bring your own. I decided, you know, I want to get a good bike. Now, I used to be an avid bicyclist as well as a motorcyclist. But, you know, traveling with the bike, again, as I said before, it takes a lot of space. I decided I wanted to go and re-explore the electric bike. So I did what everybody else did. Probably the same thing you're doing right now. I went online to watch reviews. Now, there's a number of different manufacturers out there. And I got to tell you, the reviews these days, I'm just not thrilled with them. They just talk a lot and don't say anything. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. But I will tell you right up front, because this is something I'm not clear in a lot of videos. I paid for this bike. Nobody's getting anything freebie. So what we're going to attempt to accomplish today is take this thing out of the box, put it together, and then see if it works. Now, let me tell you something about why I went with this company. Once I watched a few reviews, I would go to the different manufacturers' websites. And let's face it, all these things are coming from overseas, but then you have American companies. They might have designed it. They, you know, they're probably not making it. They might be putting some of the components on. But when I found this company, whoa, I have a bug there. Okay, I'm up here in Michigan right now. By the way, I'm at Harside Grove Motor Coach Resort. And that's the first bug I've seen up here. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. I'll look at my Apple Watch and tell you it's 72 degrees and the humidity is very, very low. Okay, so the reason I went with this is that once I found it, it looked sturdy. It looked easy to assemble and easy to fold up, and it folds fairly compact. Now, I will tell you, it's going to be about 50 pounds or so, maybe a little bit heavier with the battery once it's put together. So whether I can pick it up and put it in and out of the car, well, I guess we'll find out. I hope I can lift 50 pounds. But what really caused me to pull the trigger were two things. I went to this company's website, and they had some great assembly videos. A lot of good information, a lot of good FAQs. You know, a lot of companies, especially on imported products, they just don't do that. But the other thing I did, I picked up the phone and called them. My phone was answered very quickly. I had a few basic questions. They were patient. They took the time to explain it. They also gave me their operating hours and said, hey, if I have any questions, call them. So with all that said, I hope I added out half of what I just said. We're going to go in and get started on this. Now, basically, when I look at their website, they had, and I know you can't see it over here, this is my jumbo iPad. You know, they had like a 14-step program of how to put this together. Now, of course, I haven't read the manual. What's inside? I didn't look at it online. So we're going to get started. I'll probably do some fast forwards in here. We'll just see how that goes. This is a box. Okay, in here, this is the instruction book. Okay, first complaint. The instruction book is stuck by the tape. Whoever packed that, you know, I don't know. Don't do that anymore. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Right now, I'm going to separate this, cut it away, so I hope I don't destroy the instruction book. I'm going to take a moment and read the manual. I've already watched the tutorials, and then I'll pick up the video right here. So I'll be right back. Okay, I just went through the instruction book. It's fairly easy. Step 1, remove the bike from carton and carefully set out all the contents of the box. Remove packaging material. Protecting the bicycle frame and components, ensure the following pieces are included in the package. If there's any missing parts, please contact Rad Bikes for help replacing the missing pieces. Let's hope that's not the case. I'm going to get started. Okay, Kenda, meet Michelin. Michelin, meet Kenda. Anybody ever heard of a Kenda tire before? Okay, I'm going to go through and take the inventory right now. Oh, by the way, if you saw this bright red box over there and you're wondering what this is a bell helmet. Just a word of advice to anybody. Whether it's an electric bike or a regular bike these days, protect your noggin. Wear the right gear. Motorcycles, bicycles, same thing. All the gear all the time. On a bicycle, that means a good helmet. Don't script when it comes to helmets. Now, back to the assembly. Okay, let's take the inventory. 1, Rad Mini. 2, front wheel and quick release axle. And I saw that in the tutorial video of the assembly. That should be that thing right there. Front rack and mounting hardware. Front rack and mounting hardware. I guess this is the front rack because the rear rack is already on there. Okay, the rear rack, as stated, it's already on there. Pedals, left and right. And yes, there is a difference. We have a front headlight. We have a charger. And the keys for battery pack, they are right here. And they are on here with the little zip tie. And assembly tools and manual. I'll bet you that's the thing right here that says toolkit. The seat and seat post. I see a seat and it looks like it's connected to a seat post, but that's a good guess on my part. Strap for holding frame in the folded position. That is here. Come on, stay. I don't want you to fall over. You're brand new. Okay. That strap. This is the strap, as they say, for holding the seat frame in the folded position. This way when it's folded in, keeps it from opening up on you. And we have some assorted zip ties. Okay. Right now it says unfold the frame and secure the center locking tab as shown in the video. This is why you watch the video that goes along with this. It's telling me to jump right here to unfold. I guess the first thing, and I'm looking for step by step. We got to undo all these zip ties. Time to get the scissors. Okay, you got to be careful. See these zip ties? You see these wires? They look alike. I'm fortunate I haven't cut the wrong thing yet. I know I should be using a pair of a little wire snips, but you know, I didn't have them right here in front of me. A clean workspace is a happy workspace. Okay, time to check the video again. I missed a spot. This is where it's cool. LCD control panel is located. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, you know, in the video they showed this standing up when it was like this on the forks, but I think my property might be leaned over just a little bit. I think we're going to fold this thing up here. And then to secure this, I know that they have everything on redundancy. And I guess that goes like that. That looks fairly solid to me. Now I'm going to go over to the next step. I'm watching the part about installing the front wheel now. Okay, the stem that holds the wheel in place is secured on the spokes. Now, this thing threads through. This is how you lock the wheel onto the forks here. They have, if I read this correctly, I'm going to take this cap off here. I know you probably can't see too much detail. And there's a little spring I need to make sure it's not going to get lost. And then that's going to go in on this side of the tire. And this goes on the left fork. Now let me see what's going to be the best way for me to do this without hurting anybody, including myself. Hold on. I'm going to go back and watch the video again. Okay, I'm back. I'm sure you're happy. Okay, the video was a little brief on this. And remember, not all of us are bicycle mechanics. Okay, after we put this on, it appears that we screw this on, get this thing hand tight. We're going to do the heavy tightening from the other side. It didn't really tell you how many turns to do it, but I don't know if this is going to stop at some point. I know I need to leave enough room for the fork to get on here. That appears to be about as far as it's going to go. Remember, we're going to secure it down by this over here. I think I should loosen it up just a little bit more, and then we'll screw that on once the forks are on there. Hey, people from Rad, leave me a comment. Give me a call. Let me know if I'm doing this correctly. I'd rather know now. Trust me, until after I'm riding and find out. Now, this seems like this is going to be a little tricky for one person. Remember, I don't have a shop bench to work on here. Okay. And it says be careful not to bend the brake or bend whatever that thing is in there. I'm going to try not to. Okay, what is keeping this from going? I'm okay on the side I'm on. Let me thread this here. I don't know, where am I getting my resistance? It is, okay, I'm getting a little confused here. Let me look at this again. Okay, that appears that needs to go in the brake. Remember, I'm not a mechanic, I'm just a user. I'm sure there'll be plenty of YouTube users tell me how dumb I am. But guess what? At least I'm giving this a shot. Okay, I'm trying to thread the brake pads, which I'm guessing that's what those are, around the brakes. Not as easy as it looks in the video. Okay. I'm going to go watch that video one more time. There has to be a trick to this. Stay. Okay, we're going to try this again. Here's what they showed in the video. They showed, okay, having this on the left side, which makes sense because there's some calipers down here, and lifting this up, and they make it look real easy, where this kind of just rolls over this. Let's see. You got a lot of things to try to line up at one time. Okay, come on, get in there. I'm trying to get the brake around there too. Yeah, let's try that again. Roll it back in there. Okay. Ah, did I get it? Success. Okay, now what we do? Oh, well, I don't want the wheel to come off, but on this side, I'm going to tighten this down. And from the way the video looked, oops, got to keep that one from spinning too. Okay, I need a third arm or a helper. Okay, I'm the picture of grace, aren't I? Okay, I got that pretty much hand tight. In fact, I have it too tight. Okay, come around here. Ah, I think that's pretty good right now. Hey, that brake's dragging. That doesn't sound good, does it? Okay, see, just a little alignment maybe is all that was needed. Okay, they have a rear brake and a front. Okay, I don't want these wires to get jammed up in here. Okay, we're making progress. It now resembles a bicycle. Back to the video. That doesn't make sense. Okay, the next step has to do with this, and there is a locking clip here that is supposed to go around here. Now, I guess bring this down. Remember, I'm short, so this is going to be down here. Okay, now there is a lock here, and I'm a little confused how that goes. But this thing needs to get around here. Back to the video. I think here's where I'm confused. This locking place needs to be in this locking clip. So I'm going to assume this is at the right height. There's a locking clip here that evidently keeps this piece from coming down. It's a redundant design, and that's one thing when I was reading about it, it sounded pretty good. Now, if you're seeing the frustration, it's not really frustration, but the trials and tribulations, how's that I'm going through and putting this together. Let this be a lesson to manufacturers or other reviewers. Hey, reviewers, when a manufacturer comes by with a rep, with a product that's already put together that says it's easy to assemble, send them back home. Tell them to come back with it in a box, and you sit there without them saying a word, and you try to put it together yourself without taking their word for it how easy it is to assemble. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not criticizing this one product because so far it's been pretty easy to assemble. I'm just not the most mechanically inclined. In fact, I don't carry a lot of tools on my bus. A lot of people think I'm crazy because I don't crawl underneath to work on it. But I have the most important tool of all. I have a phone. If something breaks inside, I call Marathon. If something breaks, it's on the outside or underneath, I call Prevo. And guess what? They answer their phone 24/7. Okay, let's get back to the bike and let's find out what the next step is. The next two steps seem to be pretty simple. Let me move this around so you can see. Boy, this tire is binding. Why is it? This isn't right here. Again, I'm going to reserve my opinion. It just seems not freewheeling. I'm going to have to adjust this. Might have to call tech support on that one. But let me go through the next two steps. It said to ensure that this locking clamp is down. Now, this is a folding mechanism that when this is up, this allows the bike. It's a two-step thing. I remember you had to pull it or push it. Okay. This allows the bike to fold apart for transport. And it said to ensure this clip is down and secure. It is. The other thing is to set the desired seat height. So we'll do that right now. Remember, there's no pedals on it. I'm going to need it pretty much as low as it'll go. By the way, as soon as I bought this, within 48 hours I got an email that said, hey, guess what? We have a new spring-loaded bicycle seat available. Why didn't they tell me that when I first bought it? Because wouldn't it have been nice? I would have had the option, instead of getting it with the stock seat, maybe say, hey, maybe for half the price you'd let me upgrade. But they didn't. Okay, it's upselling. What can I say? That's how our world works. Okay, that's as low as it goes. Okay. Oops. Well, I hope I didn't break those. Okay, the next step is the pedal. So what we're going to do is you're see right and left. I'm not going to zoom in on the camera. Let's just see on the stem if it's clearly marked. This one looks like this is the left. So by the process of deduction, I'm going to make this one the right. Now, I have some washers in here. This is how to fold. The pedals do fold for storage. Okay, components, mounting pedals. See the difference, the right pedal has the right-handed thread, the left has the left-handed thread. Okay. Just want to see if there's any washers or anything that needs to go in. Yes, there is. The washer could help better contact while install the pedal to crank on. I'm going to read this verbatim. The washer could help better contact while install the pedal to crank arms. I don't think these instructions were made in the USA. You can't see me, I'm down here. You have to trust I'm actually putting the pedal in. Fast forward time. Okay. Now I know these things fold. You push them in, they fold. How's that? Nifty, huh? Okay, we got that done. Put the tools away, we'll move on to the next step. Oh, I didn't notice it before. Look, they gave us some tools. We have wrenches. I know it said tool kit. We have some Allen wrenches. You know, in the video it made it seem like you would need that. I didn't even look in here. Now what I'm looking for right now, we need to connect the front headlight. I'm trying to see exactly where this goes, but there's a bolt that it goes in here, and I'm not finding that. Let me see where else that could be. I left all my stuff out here at one time. Ah, here we go. Back to the video. It says install front headlight onto fork or skip to step 10 if you'll be using the included front rack. Now let me tell you, that's a good time for me to mention something. Remember, I'm not a kid anymore. Yes, I'm going to be using the rack. I even got some bungee cables for it. Now, here's the point I want to make. You know, this is designed for on or off-road. You tell them by the tires. Notice there's no fenders. I wonder if I'm going to be the guy who's driving up and down with a stripe of dirt up and down the back because there are no fenders. So get splattered. But anyway, I just thought I'd make that. But you know, something has a real cool look without it. By the way, this thing comes in 2 colors, black or white. I usually get white things. You know, don't worry, that's not any kind of like political statement. But this bike just looked really cool in black. You know, kind of like Halloween with the orange. Kind of like Harley colors. My victory friends would get a kick out of that. Okay. So we're going to skip that and move on over to the rack. Okay, in here, I know you can't see it, there's 4 bolts, all the same size and 4 nuts. I'm going to install the front rack. From the video, it appeared there was one screw that was longer than another. Let's see if this works, because that kind of has me a little confused here. And if you notice, I get confused kind of easily. Now, how does this go? I know there's going to be struts here. Let's go back and look at this again. I'm puzzled. Okay, now we know it goes this way. And this is, oh, no wonder, that screw's already in there. They didn't tell us that. It didn't say, unless I missed something, it didn't say remove that first. So that goes here. Let me get these wires out of the way. Is this the right size? Now, if I had to pick from 2, I'd pick the wrong one, and I did. Okay, here we go. Okay, now there's no bolt on the back of this. So I guess, hopefully that's one of those bolts in, unless that thing came off. So, this is going to go back here like this. Little spaghetti here. I need to get this in. Now there's 3 screws in there. Let's hope this is the right size bolt, because, you know, if they would have had 7-inch screw in there, I think that would be, they would have the bolt here. I think I might be missing that. Yep. You know, I don't see it on the ground. There's a bolt missing here. I don't see it anywhere else. We might have to skip this rack part here. Here, let me show you what I mean here. This bolt came in here. It was attached in here. There's no bolt here to hold on the big nut. I know, say the big nut jokes. I'm not seeing it on the ground. I'm wondering if it fell off in the box. Look what I found. I found the nut. Okay, yeah, I know, we already said that joke. Well, that makes me feel smart that I realized that it was broke. Boy, they make it look so easy in that little brief video. I'm going to get the right tool for the right job. They just don't give a lot of space to work in here. Okay. Boy, that was a lot more work than what it should have been. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, let me get that wrench now. I ran out of room there in the collar. I'm just thinking about those reviewers. Have these things delivered to them. Oh yeah, look how easy it is. It just folds together. You know, in this day and age, I guess I can editorialize while I'm screwing around, I guess you could call it. But you know, you look at reviews online. You know, it just, why did I go back to doing this? You know, when I could be retired, driving around my bus, drinking champagne or whatever all day long. It's because I just got tired of reading reviews. I was shopping for a car not too long ago. And it's all these, not all, but a number of these noteworthy reviewers kept saying, oh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Well, I was going to go buy that car. I guess I got that too tight. And I took a test drive of it. And listen, I'm a car guy, and let me tell you, very little of what I was reading was accurate. This just doesn't seem right here. I know we have to put the struts up. And that's what I said, you know, I'm going to pull out the old camera again. I'm going to go back, and if nothing else, you know what's good about online these days that we didn't have back in the old Gadget Guru days? We have YouTube, we have Facebook, even Twitter, believe it or not. And we can have an opinion online. And my opinion is, reviewers, you need to note who's paying for your lunch, who's paying for your dinner, who's paying for your hotel. Are you getting this for free? Are you paying for it? Just do it. That's the way the world used to be. It's called journalism. Okay, now we have these struts coming up. Let me just double check how to do those because I don't want this thing falling down. It said ensure rack is straight. It doesn't look straight to me. Again, the video is one of the parts that made me feel comfortable buying this thing, but I gotta tell you, go back and look at it while you're actually doing it. You know, they could have done a much better job on this, trying to make it easy. Okay, said make sure rack is straight. That is far from being straight. Now, where in the heck? Okay, this goes down here like this. See, on the camera side, this is gonna go over here like this. Okay, I'm going to come over here. I hope we're getting close to getting this finished, but you know, I don't want this to be one of those projects where I got one extra screw and not left over. You know, this thing doesn't look like it's fitting flush, which is making me think I'm not doing something correctly, but we'll find out. Okay, now let's go and tighten up this center piece now. That was one that just didn't feel right before. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, when all else fails, read the manual. Now let me tell you where I was getting met. I'm just about wrapped up on this. All I have to do is to attach a headlight up here, wrap up the wire bundles. Remember when I started this segment, I said one of the things that really led me to this bike was that, you know, they had a real good assembly video put online. It was done kind of fast motion on this. But it went through all the elements you had to do in about 6 or 7 minutes. As you can see, I went a lot longer than that. So I'm going to change my opinion now, actually going through it. They could have gone through a lot more detail. You know, I think I still have this squeak in the front. I'm going to have to call them on that, you know, to figure out what it is. I'm getting a lot of resistance on the front that I'm not getting on the rear. Something's binding here, so I'm going to need the resistance. I think they could have gone to a lot more detail on just some of the items. It was very quick, it was very trendy, it was very hip, it was very cool, it was very millennial. I'm not a millennial. So it all depends what market they're going to go for, but I'm a real believer in having detailed, accurate information. But again, they have a toll-free number. The other thing on the video, I think they forgot to tell you something. I was inside reading the manual. They don't show in the video how to charge a battery, but it looks pretty easy. I believe it's in here. There's this little receptacle here. We need to make sure that the key is turned off. In fact, the keys are still attached here. You know, it's just the basics. The battery can be removed for charging. I'm not going to try it now. I'm not exactly sure how to do it. Personally, for my usage, since I'm not going to an office and have to tie this to a lamp pole and then take my battery inside the office, charge it and bring it home, since this is going to be used different, I may not ever need to take the battery off. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go in and wrap up the assembly of this. It's going to take a couple hours to charge. Then I'm going to spend a few days with this, actually using this. And then I'm going to report back. If you see part 2 in this screen right here, that means I've completed the review. If not, there's something else you can watch. Now remember, easiest way to keep posting my new videos, facebook.com/The Gadget Guru. Like us, subscribe right here. That's it for now. I'm the Gadget Guru, Andy Parr.